Hi, my name is Rich. I'm trying to become the next governor of Washington State in November. Our country's internal politics were founded on persuasion, which is a really important aspect of how our society operates today. So here are 10 minutes to becoming more persuasive in your discussions concerning student loan repayment. College, since its inception in the US, has served one of two purposes. Either you attend to gain high-level specialized knowledge, or you attend to become a person that is, quote, college educated. If becoming that college educated person is no longer worth its financial cost, then we need to start directing high school seniors toward other paths, such as trade schools, apprenticeships, internships, etc. Do we need to create new paths for high-tech short course learning? Of course, there will always be those that find great social benefit to attending college and will voluntarily saddle themselves with that debt for the rest of their lives. However, if you cancel all existing debt now, you risk devaluing every degree to come, since the amnestees will be able to work for less money. Canceling all existing college debt now will create an entire generation of college graduates with full college degrees, but none of the associated debt. This generation of debt amnestees will be able to work for far less money than the other college graduates, since they have no debt payments to make. These amnestees will essentially be able to work for minimum wages, whereas other college graduates would have to work for higher salaries in order to repay their debt. The debt amnesties become cheaper employees compared to their other college graduate competitors. And since they can work for minimum wage, they will also have the ability to displace lower educated competitors currently working minimum wage jobs. If you were a business owner, why would you hire a high school graduate when you could hire a college graduate for the same money? Harvard was established all the way back in 1636 as the first college in what would become the United States. It was founded by the Puritan community to educate and develop its church leaders. There would be 9 colleges established in total prior to the American Revolution, and by the time of the Civil War, this number would increase to 246 colleges. Of these initial 246 institutions, 93% of them, almost all of them, were established by or for religious communities. This is an important note because at the time, only a select few citizens attended college. Only about 5% of the population attended colleges in these early days, and they always had a religious service position waiting for them. There was no such thing as accruing college debt and not having a way to repay it. As the number of colleges in the US steadily increased, so too did the variety of degrees they offered. New professional and practical fields of study included medicine, law, engineering, and agriculture. In fact, wealthy businessmen began to send their children to college educations, even though not necessary for their business, but to become college-educated people. From this point until the present day, a college education provided a means to, quote, legitimacy, literacy, and respectability. Today, 2/3 of all high school graduates attend college at one of the 3,000 institutions in the United States. Many do attend for high-level professional education, but many also still continue to attend to gain the prestige and social status of being a college-educated person. Unfortunately, this social status is becoming something that most college graduates are finding they can no longer afford. 6 out of every 10 graduates have found that they cannot afford their degree and make no loan repayment whatsoever. This is a debt that cannot be waived via bankruptcy and will follow the graduate for life. They find themselves with debt they can perhaps never repay, and 10% of those loans are currently in default. The inflation of the social value of college, beyond its ability to pay for itself, leaves students in a very difficult position due to either social or personal pressure to attend. Further compounding the problem, colleges and universities have begun to compete as luxury products, offering ever more expensive dining halls, campus living, fitness centers, and shops. Average tuition now costs $20,000 per year, for a total of $80,000 plus living expenses during a 4-year stay. This price is increasing every year at a rate 3 times the rate of inflation, which means that it is one of the highest increases in price for anything in the country. Families paying for their college students can't afford the entire amount, and indebted graduates leave college owing an average debt of $26,000. However, the good news is that some graduates leave college either debt-free or have debt that is easily repayable. Those graduates who attend college for the specific purpose of attaining high-level professional education find themselves in a much more favorable financial position upon graduation. Professional degrees such as in the STEM fields, that is science, technology, engineering, and math, find much more favorable career opportunities upon graduation, with STEM jobs outnumbering all other openings 3 to 1. These jobs not only have more openings today, but they are expected to outpace the growth of all other sectors by 10 to 15% in the future. And once they have a job, the STEM graduate earns twice as much as the other fields, with an annual salary of $85,000 compared to the national average of $37,000. With these disparities between professional and non-professional degrees, why does the federal government still offer them the same access to borrowed money? Is it not possible to determine which degrees will hold the greatest capacity for successful repayment of college costs? What if we could tie a prospective student's access to loans to the degrees they choose and the probability of their repayment upon graduation? What if we made loans proportionately more available to STEM, medical, legal, and other high-demand professional degrees due to their ability to repay the loan? Other students would obviously still have the opportunity to attend college, but would be required to pay out of pocket, either partially or fully, depending on the projected earnings of their chosen degree. This earnings-based system would prevent the students that are there to become a college-educated person from reaching graduation with high debt and little ability to pay it off. For those students who would like to attend college but choose a low earnings degree, the government program could offer them low-cost or free online formal education. Rather than spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on a 4-year college program that won't pay for itself, these students could instead use those 4 years to make a minimum of $56,000 in wages and save $25,000 to $100,000 in living expenses. To supplement incomes for recent college graduates still searching for employment, or for those working from home, could we develop a statewide tech-based gig program? This program would offer project-based employment in the work-from-anywhere setting of the tech industries. Furthermore, could we implement an adaptive minimum wage to try to win support and service jobs back from overseas? This would allow employers to pay reduced minimum wages to employees here that would take a repatriated job and work from home or otherwise have very low work investment requirements. There are 43 million jobs provided overseas by US companies today. What if we could repatriate just a fraction of those 43 million back to Washington State? These jobs exist mainly in 4 industries: technology, call centers, human resources, and manufacturing. 3 of those 4 industries could be accomplished by homeworkers in Washington State just as easily as overseas. The best opportunity lies in call center jobs, where India-based operators only make 15% more than their US counterparts. Could we not use an adaptive minimum wage to reduce labor costs this 15% for people in Washington that work from home and don't have high work-related costs? How many jobs could we return to the US? As well, small US companies save money by pooling human resources costs with other companies via overseas outsourcing. Could we not start these services here and better? Let's supplement our vibrant tech economy here in Washington State with a comprehensive structure of project-based skill work for our lower-skilled tech workers. It provides enormous opportunity.